Hello everyone, welcome to my new video. So today I'm going to talk about what to look out for when you're going to purchase Pandora jewelry online. Now I'm not talking about buying off of the Pandora website or Jared's or Rulala, because obviously those are authorized sellers, but I'm going to focus on when you start buying off eBay or Amazon, what to look out for and what to make sure the listing has and the seller has. Now I would personally say that if the charm you want is still offered in the store, I would probably recommend just saving up and purchasing it from an authorized seller, just because you're not just getting a charm, you're getting lifetime worth of cleaning as well as a 1-year warranty if a stone comes off. So that would be what I would recommend. But if you do end up buying online, which I have before, usually I buy it from I try buying retired charms online. This is just some tricks, some tips that I personally use. Hopefully they can help you guys too. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna be using this little dog as my example. So this is the little dog that I got. It is retired and I did buy it online. So the first thing I would recommend, the very first thing, is if you don't see it online, go check it out, see if they have it in the store. Sometimes they'll take off the charms online, but they'll still have a certain amount of stock in the store itself. So I would check it out at the store, and if it's not there, then I would definitely check it out at Rulala, because they do have most, I believe, if not all, of the charms on Rulala are retired. So check the store, check Rulala, and if they don't have it, then obviously you're gonna have to resort to other platforms. So the second thing I would definitely recommend is make sure that the place you're buying from has a return policy in place. I know that some sellers can actually change the return policy. So let's say that Amazon accepts, or I don't know about Amazon, but let's say Tradesy, I know I shop a lot at Tradesy, accepts returns, but there's some items that will actually be marked as final sale, they will actually be marked as final sale, so you're not going to be able to return those. So make sure that wherever you're buying from has a return policy, just in case you get it and you change your mind or you find out it's not authentic. And that kind of goes along with my tip number 3, which would be, as soon as you get it, take it to Pandora to make sure that it is authentic. I've gone all the times that I've bought charms online, I've gone to the store to get it checked, and they were really nice about it. They're not going to be rude or anything, at least not with the experiences that I have had, just to make sure, because then you feel like, okay, you feel a little bit more calm that it is an authentic Pandora charm. My 4th tip would definitely be researching before you buy. I was actually going to make this a 2-part video, but I decided to just make it 1-part video. But research the charm before you buy it. Don't just buy the first one you see. When the seller puts out their charm, they're going to do a lot of research to see the price that particular charm is going for. So it is our responsibility as buyers to also do the research to make sure we're not paying too much. I know that some charms are considered rare, so they will actually go for more than what they would have gone for at the store, but it's just important to have a good idea of what it went in the store. It's a good idea to check different platforms to see what they're selling for, and to be really careful with the price. Just because it's very expensive doesn't necessarily mean it's authentic, and just because it's really cheap doesn't necessarily mean it's not authentic. But my tip number 5 is, if it's too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. Be very careful. Along with the research, it's a good idea to check how much it would sell for at the store, so you kind of have an idea. If it would have sold for $95 at the store and there's a listing for $15, that's in my opinion, that would be like a red flag. I'm not saying it's fake, but that would raise a red flag, and I would have to do further investigation on that. Now, my tip number, oh gosh, I forgot which one I'm on. I believe 6 is checking for the stamps. So Pandora charms will always have at least 2 stamps, which is the silver 925, can also be S925, and it can also be PS925. Those are all Pandora, as well as ALE, which are the initials of the founder, I believe. Now, it's really important to check that the charm has those 2 stamps and that they're placed in the correct place. So this kind of goes along also with research. You know, if you see that if you do your research and see that the stamps should be placed, let's say on this dog, they should be placed on both of these sides, and the listing shows the stamps placed in between the feet here and in between the feet here, that's, you know, don't buy it. Because I've seen several fake charms that are actually the stamps, they have both stamps, but they're in the incorrect places. So you want to make sure that they not only have the stamps, but that they have them in the correct places. My tip number 7 would be the size of the seller you're buying from. So I'm going to tell you guys my personal preference. It may not be yours, but what I like to do is I like shopping from sellers who have smaller collections, just because I like to feel that I'm actually purchasing someone's personal collection, and that makes me feel more secure about my purchase and about my charms that I'm buying. So if I see a closet or a seller that has over 50, over 100 listings, especially Pandora charms, to me, I wouldn't feel as comfortable. I'm not saying that they're not authentic. It's just my personal preference. I like buying from sellers who are selling their personal collection, and that's how I've had really good positive experiences with that. But I'm not saying that having a big closet is a negative thing. It's just my personal preference. Shop size is definitely really important. Along with that is reviews. I only buy from sellers who actually have reviews written by people. I know that sometimes you can rate them like stars but not actually leave a comment, and for me that's also really for me, I don't feel comfortable with that. So I like reading reviews from people about the seller, and preferably about the item itself or other items that they've sold, and that gives me more like security that I'm buying something authentic. So definitely check out for the reviews. My next tip would be something that I do all the time, even if the information is listed completely, like all the information is listed. Let's say for the listing for this dog, they had pictures of the stamps of the dog on a bracelet, the condition, all of that good stuff. I still will message the seller, and I like messaging them just to make sure that the charm is available, and just to make sure that it hasn't been sold, because there has been instances where I've done a lot of research. I finally came down with one charm that I wanted, and then I purchased it and it turned out it wasn't available anymore, or the seller never responded and they never processed my order or anything like that. So I definitely think it's important to message the seller just to make sure it is available still. And my last tip I kind of mentioned earlier is just go with your gut. If it's too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true, unfortunately. Pandora, you know, you're not just buying a silver charm, you're buying the brand of Pandora. So it is going to be, charms aren't cheap per se, because, you know, for a silver charm, they're pretty pricey. So I hope these tips helped. I hope they were useful. If you have any more tips, go ahead and leave them down below. I love reading everyone's comments, and I love reading your guys' input as well. So if there are any more tips that you guys think need to be known, then go ahead and leave them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.